Good morning! So, welcome to another reading vlog. This week, again, we're continuing on our NEWTs exams, and I have a lot to read, so let's update you on our reading plans. So firstly, this is due back at the library today, but I only have the epilogue left to read, so I'm going to try and finish that up today. I'm going to finish it up today. I honestly would have finished it last night, but I was just exhausted. So we're going to finish that. Also due back at the library today is Full Metal Alchemist. So I've been trying to read like a selection of popular manga just to, you know, dip my feet into the manga pool. And this is one I wanted to read. It's got a hold list on it, so I can't renew it. But manga's quick to read, so I might just try and read this today. I will mention, like, I've recently been doing working hours during the day, but I don't think I'm going to do it today. Which is bad in terms of the work-related stuff I want to get done, but good in terms of catching up on booktube and reading and housework. There is a lot of housework I'm behind on, and I've just been trying to get my house more like what I wanted. Anyway, there's always too many things to do, but this is probably my reading focus for today. I have lots of other stuff I want to read this week as well. I need to because it's already the 19th and I'm quite far behind on my NEWTs, but it's my own fault for wanting to be an alchemist. So I also want to pick up the next 2 volumes of Descender next, and I really want to read Unthinkable. I think I talked about reading both of those last week and I didn't get to either of them. But this week, for sure, because I've finished off Words of Radiance, and so now I can start making some progress, hopefully. And I really should plan to pick up some other physical books to read this week, but I'll just focus on those ones first. In terms of audiobooks, my focus for the next 2 days is to finish off The Mad Ship because it's going to return itself to the library. There is a hold list, so I can't renew it. I've got 17.5 hours and 2 days, so I need to read like 8.5 hours, 8.25 hours both days, but I'm listening to it on 1.5 speed, so it's not too bad. That's another benefit. If I don't do my working hours today, I can go out, do some errands, and get some reading done. I also do need to go for a run because I haven't gone for one recently because the weather's been terrible, but today, you can tell by this weird lighting. This weird lighting is caused by the bright sun shining through the trees, so bright sun is exciting, although I don't really like running in the sun. Might wait till it cools down a little bit. Still, it will be nice to go for a run again, although I think it's going to rain again tomorrow. Of course, spring is coming. It's the end of winter, start of spring, the rain comes. Once I finish off The Mad Ship, I have a lot of audiobooks. Like, suddenly all these holds came through. I'm not sure what I want to pick up next. I do have Only Human by Sylvain Neuvel, and it's due in 6 days. It's the final book for the Themis Files, and I really want to read that, so I might do that. Also, if I read The Winter of the Witch, which is due back in 12 days, that's for one of my NEWTs exams, because Only Human isn't even for a NEWTs exam. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, lots to read. I think I will update you as we go through the week, but welcome to a reading vlog. I don't know that anything exciting is happening this week, but we will see what happens, I guess. Hopefully something exciting. We will at least finish some exams this week, and I am going to continue the idea that I reward myself with a subject-related reward. So we'll have to see what exams we complete and what rewards we come up with. Anyway, that intro was way too long, so I will catch you soon. Good evening. It is now quite late at night, so what do I have to update you on? Firstly, I finished Full Metal Alchemist today. It didn't take me too long to finish off, even though it was the first 3 volumes. I don't know how I felt about it. Like, there were some bits that I really enjoyed, and there were some really funny bits, and I find the villain kind of characters really interesting, but they haven't really done much yet. And also, I don't know, the main characters, these 2 brothers who are alchemists, and one of them has like false body parts and the other one is just a soul inside a suit of armor, and they're trying to get back their real bodies, but are they? Because most of the time they just seem to be mucking around. So I think I would prefer it if it had a stronger plot line, but it doesn't. So it's okay. I'll probably continue it because I am curious about what's going to happen. But it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be, considering how much hype it gets. So after that, I did take that and also Recursion and Rat Queens back to the library, and I swapped them for some new books that were waiting for me there. So the first one was Bird Box by Josh Malerman. I put a hold on this like ages ago, and of course it comes through just at a time when I 100% wasn't expecting it. And I don't even know if I'm excited about reading this anymore. I mean, I did watch the movie quite a while ago and I did enjoy it. So, I mean, I guess I'll read it and I'll see what I think. But I probably won't read it till next month because who has time this month? Not me. The other book that was waiting for me is this, The How of Happiness, A Practical Guide to Getting the Life You Want. So one of the things I'm doing with my work-related stuff is researching happiness. Like, it's kind of crazy having a job where you can say you're researching happiness as part of your work, but that's what I'm doing. And this was a book that was mentioned as quite a significant book in the study of happiness. So I decided to pick it up. And maybe as a bonus, I will get the life I want. You never know. So then I have one other book to show you. Because after that I went to the warehouse, mainly because it's my stepdad's birthday tomorrow and I was trying to find what I could get him for a present. I didn't buy anything, but I have some ideas. So I don't even know what we're doing for his birthday yet, but I do know what I could buy him for a present if I need to hurry up and sort that out, which I probably do. Anyway, what I did buy while I was there is Neverworld Wakes, because this was in the bargain bin, so it was quite cheap and it's a beautiful cover. I love those colors. And also, when this came out, everyone was talking about how great it is. Something to do with people being in a car accident and then being stuck in some kind of time loop. You know, I love time loop stuff. And this is supposed to be a really weird one, which is also something I like. And also, it seems quite short, so hopefully it'll be a quick read and I won't have to feel guilty about adding it to my shelves. Hopefully also I'll love it, so I don't feel guilty about buying it. But it was pretty, so I couldn't resist it. So I'm going to feel happy about having purchased it. I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm happy. Look how pretty it is. So, also, where is my phone? I have been listening to The Mad Ship while I went to the library, and since I came back I was doing stuff on the computer that I could listen to my audiobook while I did it. And now I only have 8 hours left, so tomorrow I just have to listen to 8 hours of this, which is about 6 hours at the speed I'm doing it. I'm not sure how I'm fitting 6 hours of audiobook listening into tomorrow, but I fit in way more than that today, so it should be possible. Also, I'm really loving this now. Some things that have happened that have given me so many theories about what's happening, especially something just happened to one of the young daughters of one of the trader families, and so many theories. I can't wait to see whether any of my crazy theories are true, but I'm really liking the way it's starting to connect things all together, which is what I've been waiting for this book to do. So I am excited to finish this tomorrow, although it's only the second book in the series, so I'm sure a lot of it won't really come together until the third book. And I'm not really sure when I'm going to read that, because the other Christine who reads is starting a Robin Hobb read-along, and I'm kind of tempted to go back to the start of all the trilogies and read along with that read-along rather than just continuing on by myself, or like trying to go slowly until everyone catches up. But at the same time, I don't think I'm going to be able to resist picking up the third book. So maybe I'll read the third book and then I'll go back and read along with the read-along. I think that's a plan. So right now I do want to read a little bit before I go to sleep, just because I know that helps me sleep better. So I'm going to read some of Descender, probably only volume 2, but I do have volume 3 here, just in case I get super excited, but I do need to go to sleep. So I think it's actually only still Monday, and I've done pretty good with my reading so far. And hopefully the rest of the week will go the same, although part of the reason why I got so much reading done today was because I didn't do a bunch of other things that I should do, although I did still do some things. we'll see how tomorrow works out. Good night. Hey, so goodish lighting for like the first time in this vlog, but anyway, last night I managed to read all of Descender Volume 2. I actually really wanted to stay up and read Volume 3 after reading Volume 2, but I fell asleep. There was no way. But this, I loved it. It took it in an even better direction. There were parts like right in the first couple of pages where I was feeling a lot of empathy for the robots and tearing up. And I love this series so much. I really think it's going to keep doing really great things. I really hope so. Honestly, if you like science fiction, you should read this graphic novel. Even if you don't really like graphic novels, maybe this would be the one for you. So I absolutely love that. What else? So today I actually have a bunch of other stuff to do, so I'm not sure how much reading I'm really going to get done. Obviously, I need to finish off The Mad Ship, but that will have to wait till later today, I think. I have listened to a little bit while I was getting ready this morning, so I'm down to about 7 hours. I kind of suspect that when I get to the end of this, I'm going to want to go straight into the third book now, because I don't think everything's going to get resolved. I'm probably going to have to do that. Otherwise, I think the next thing I want to pick up is Unthinkable, but we'll see what happens later today. Hi, so it is Wednesday morning. I'm about to film some booktube, hence we're in the standard setup. But I thought I'd better quickly give you guys a reading update. So yesterday I did manage to complete The Mad Ship. It took me pretty much the whole afternoon. I went for a run, I went shopping, I did some housework, and the whole time I listened to The Mad Ship and I finished it, and things are all coming together. I'm no longer wondering what the sea serpents in the story are about. I know, and I'm super excited to see what's going to happen with them and the dragons and the live ship and the pirates and all that stuff in the third book. So I'm going to need to get that third audiobook, although pretty much every day at the moment I'm getting emails from my library saying that my audiobook holds have come through, and now I have like a million gazillion of them out, so I don't think I'm going to get to it straight away. Also, last night I read the third book of Descender. Now I will say I don't think this was quite as good as the first two, just because this one doesn't move the story forward very much. Instead, what this does is every chapter or edition or whatever it is, every part tells you the backstory of a different character. And so we did learn a little bit about this guy, which is not Tim 21, it's Tim 22. And also the last chapter was about Driller. There's a good picture of Driller to show you. And there must be one at the start. Driller, who was this big tough driller robot, but also his story just broke my heart. I was tearing up at the end. Poor Driller. I just love him so much. I hope he gets a happy ending. I think it's really interesting how this series makes you feel empathy for the robots as well as the humans, but I care a lot more about the robots than the humans, to be honest. So even though I think this volume wasn't my favorite one, I still gave it 4 stars, and I really need to get more of this series as well. I just keep building my future TBR up and up and up. Oops. I didn't get to Unthinkable at all because I was too tired, but I will definitely get to some of this today, although again I'm not sure how much because I've got a bunch of stuff to do today, and then tonight I am going into town for a meetup, so we'll try and read as much of this as we can. I am excited to get back into this weird brain stuff. I don't know, have I talked about this book yet in this vlog? This book is all about people with strange and unique brains, and like using that to help us understand how brains work in general. I think brains are really interesting since they shape the whole way that we perceive and understand the world. So I am excited to read this. And also, this will now be the last book that I need to read. Where's my TBR? Oh no, this is almost... What is the lighting doing? It's so Suddenly Sunny. Anyway, this and The Sea Witch are the last books I need to read for potions. So Sea Witch, I've only got like 2 hours left. I will definitely listen to that today when I go out. So I'll finish that, and then once I finish this, I'll have completed my potions. So we're getting there. I mean, that will only be my second subject finished, and we're already 21 days into the month, and I need to finish 6 subjects in total, but hopefully I'll get through books a lot quicker here on out. Hopefully. Alright, so I better go and do some filming, but I'll check you later. Hey, so it is now the evening, time for bed. Definitely I need some sleep, but I thought I would update you. So I finished off Sea Witch. To be honest, it got a bit crazy. There's some parts I liked about it, but one thing that happened, and this is somewhat spoilers, so if you care, skip this, but the whole book she was in love with this one guy, and then suddenly she's like, oh, I realize I've loved this other guy all along. And that's just ridiculous, if you ask me. There was also a part, like, it was straight after that, so I think I was feeling quite critical, but she compared something to an amplifier, but I'm pretty sure this is set in a time where there's no electricity, so what does she even mean by an amplifier? Anyway, I'm glad that that's done. After that, I did also start The Winter, oh, you can't really see that, The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden, which is the final book in the Bear and the Nightingale series, or the Winter Night series it's actually called, because this will be my last book for herbology, because you needed to read a book with night in the title or in the series title, which is how this one counts. So hopefully I can finish this off and then I'll be able to tick off herbology. It's not that long and I've already read 3 hours, so I think I should be able to finish it this week. I will also say I'm not really loving it, which is about how I felt with the rest of the series, but I do think I made a really good call getting the audiobook, because I think it's going to be a lot easier to get through than the physical book, and then I can get a sense of closure by finishing the series. So also, just now I read the first chapter of Unthinkable. I really would like to read more. The first chapter was all about memory and stuff, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'd like to read more, but I think I'm going to fall asleep. I mean, I didn't do much today other than filming and housework and then going to the meetup. Is that really all I did today? I think so, but I did do some housework that's been needing to be done for a while. You know, those things that you just don't do because they're not like obviously necessary, but once you do them you're like, wow, that's much better. Some of those things. So what am I talking about? And then the meetup did get some interesting thoughts going around in my brain too, which is good, and I got some conversations with some different people, which was also fun. So it's been an okay day, but I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna go to bed, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Hi, so it is Friday morning now. I'm about to head out to Jason's house, but I thought I better give you guys an update since I didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't vlog. To be honest, I was feeling kind of meh, and then at dinner time, I couldn't finish my dinner, which for me is like a classic sign that my Crohn's is playing up, and then I got a sore stomach last night, which kind of clinches it. And it's kind of frustrating because my Crohn's has been so well behaved for such a long time, so it's a bit annoying that it's being a dick. And I'm trying to work out, like, did I do something that triggered it, or is it just being a dick? Because, I mean, diseases do like to just be dicks. That's what they do best, isn't it? I do have my infusion next Wednesday, so regardless, that'll probably put me back on track, but just annoying, really. But basically, I couldn't be bothered doing anything. I couldn't focus on anything. Not the best day. I did manage to read a couple of chapters of Unthinkable. I read this one on navigation, which was quite timely, because a couple of weeks I did have the experience of walking out of a shop and turning right because I thought that was a particular direction, but then I hadn't realized the shop had moved across the road, so it wasn't where I was used to it being, And when I saw a Burger King, everything flipped on its head, and it's kind of one of the people in this book is someone who regularly their whole world flips like that. So it was much easier for me to understand because I have had an experience like that recently. And then the next chapter was all about, I probably can't say it, synesthesia? You know, that thing where people associate colors to other things, or like basically their different senses are blurred together. I didn't find that one quite as interesting, but it was okay. Anyway, I'm going to take this as Jason's, so we'll see if I read any there, but probably not. I will listen to The Winter of the Witch while I'm driving to his place, so we'll get a little bit of that read at least, but really, I'm just going to rest and relax for a bit, since my Crohn's is being a dick. And I'll catch you guys when I get back. It's a horrible rainy day. It probably doesn't look like it for you, but it's a horrible rainy day, so I don't really think we're going to do much today. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, but we'll see what actually happens. This weather, so untrustworthy. Excuse me, guardian of the path.
Always come back to us too.
May we pass?
No, may not pass.
Can we pass, please? Hi, so it's now Saturday, so I'll give you a quick update. I just got home from Jason's and I'm about to go out for my stepdad's birthday dinner. So obviously I haven't done any reading since I last talked to you. I guess I'll get to that soon, although actually no, that's not true. I did listen to some more of The Winter of the Witch. This one here. I think I maybe listened to another 3 hours of it perhaps. And I have to say, like, I've been saying that I wanted like more Varsia and more of the folklore stuff. But it turns out that that's not what I wanted at all, because I've got that and I'm still not enjoying it. So who knows what it is that I want from this story. But it's not what I'm getting. I still think it's a good story. It's just not what I want. Anyway, I'll continue reading it. I've got about 9 hours to go. Also, yesterday we did go and see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is the new Quentin Tarantino movie. Unsurprisingly, it was weird and it doesn't quite have a very clear plot, but it was still enjoyable. It's kind of fun seeing Brad Pitt and Leo being all old and crazy. And being a Quentin Tarantino movie, it got quite over the top at the end. I did have to cover my eyes quite a few times, but it was still kind of enjoyable. And we looked up a bunch of Manson family stuff when we got home, which was also quite interesting, comparing the movie and real life, and kind of there's some similarities and some very different things. Anyway, I'm probably late for the birthday dinner, so I better get going. And tomorrow will be Sunday and we'll try and actually get some reading done. Hi, so it's Sunday night now. I did today, I will say I'm feeling a bit better than I was on Thursday, which is good. Makes me feel a lot better, like feeling better physically makes me feel better mentally. So I got some stuff done today. I did manage to go for a run and go shopping, and while I did that I listened to Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. I've only got 3 hours left, so I'm making good progress. I actually think this is my least favorite book of the series, which is unfortunate. A lot of it is probably just because I felt kind of meh about the first 2 books in the series. I don't really care that much about the outcome, and it just seems like there's a lot of conversations that go on, and I'm not as interested as I think I should be. Also, there's a romance in this story that I'm not really invested in either, and there's quite a bit of that aspect going on. But I've only got 3 hours and then I have finished the book, and I'm listening to it 1.5 speed, so that's like 2 hours. So I probably won't finish it tonight, but I'll probably finish it first thing tomorrow. What I do want to do tonight is finish off my potions, especially because I already bought my reward, but I'm not going to show it to you until I've finished my potions. So that means I need to finish Unthinkable. I did read a little bit today, so I'm now on page 180, and I think it's actually only about 260 pages of content, and then the rest is all like references and stuff. So I don't have that much to read of this, so I'm going to try and sit down and finish it now. I'm not sure where I was up to when I last talked to you about it, but I'm still learning more interesting stuff about different kinds of brains. There was also this bit where she met this guy with lycanthropy. I can't say that. But anyway, people who think they're turning into animals, and she met this guy who thought he was turning into a tiger, and it was kind of creepy. And I know it's actually just this poor man with problems with his brain, but yeah, I also don't know that her interview was really worth her putting herself in a dangerous situation. Anyway, I'm gonna go try and finish this and then I'll check in again. Okay, so I finished Unthinkable. It was really enjoyable, actually. It's kind of a woman's journey about interviewing these different people with weird brains, but she kind of pads it out by talking about her experience of getting these interviews and finding the people. Anyway, it definitely made me appreciate that my brain is the brain that it is and the brain that allows me to be me. And it was a really interesting read. So I think if you have an interest in how the brain works, then this is a book you might want to pick up. So since I've read that, that means I've completed my potions and I can finally have my reward. So what I have here is some potions. Some magic potions, I believe. So I'll show you this one first. So this is this flavored milk, Primo flavored milk. This is an empty bottle. I had this a while ago. This one I've tried. It's basically, there's this ice cream called Goody Goody Gumdrops. I'm not sure if it's in other places other than New Zealand, but it's like this green flavored, I don't know what flavor it actually is, but green flavored ice cream with gumdrops in it. And the first time I tried this, I was amazed because it tastes like Goody Goody Gumdrop ice cream. Like somehow it's got the green flavor and the lolly flavor. It's just some kind of magic that it manages to taste so much like Goody Goody Gumdrop ice cream. So they have two flavors. The other flavor is this a jelly tip flavor. So jelly tips, again, I don't know if you have them outside of New Zealand, but they're like ice cream bars with ice cream and then a bit of bar of jelly on the top and then covered in chocolate. Hence, you can kind of see it on here. So my sister has tried this and says it's amazing as well. Some kind of magic. Somehow it tastes like a jelly tip ice cream. So I'm going to try it. I probably won't drink much of it tonight, but I will have more of it tomorrow because it's gotten a little bit late. Mostly because I got distracted. I had some auctions finishing for some My Little Ponies I was selling, and there was a bit of a bidding war, and they sold for like twice what I expected, which is nice, but I got distracted doing the maths and the emails. Anyway, now we're going to try this jelly tip ice cream and see if it tastes like magic, like the Goody Goody Gumdrops one does. Yes, I think it's made of magic. It's like, I can even still kind of taste it in my mouth. Like I can taste the ice cream and I can taste the chocolate shell, and then I can taste just that little hint of like the jelly, raspberry jelly. That's magic. I do think I still prefer the Goody Goody Gumdrops one. This one's pretty good. I feel like it's the kind of drink where you drink it, and while you're drinking it, it doesn't taste that strong, and then you kind of let it sit and the aftertaste tastes like you've been eating an ice cream. A very fancy potion. I can't even imagine how they managed to make that milk taste so magical. Probably wizards, I think. So now I'm going to go to bed. I am going to read just before I go to sleep some of 1984 because it is due back tomorrow. I feel like I'm constantly saying things are due back at the library, but I promise next month I've got my library holds all a bit more sorted out than they have been recently. But this isn't even for my NEWTs. This is just a book that I got for my TBR machine challenge, but I have wanted to read 1984 for a long time. I can't really believe that I haven't read it because it seems like the kind of dystopian that I would love. So I'm going to read this, hopefully finish it tomorrow so that I can return it. Otherwise, I think I am going to end this vlog here now and start a new one in the morning where we will attempt to finish off our NEWTs next week. That's all for now. So thanks for hanging out with me this week. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you next time.